Hey everyone, it's Michael at Landscape, and this is a training video on using the Landscape mobile app to monitor properties. It's aimed specifically at land trust volunteers, but it'll be useful to anyone who wants a basic run-through of the use of the mobile app. You can skip ahead to that section of the video by using the bookmarks. So each organization performs monitoring slightly differently, and this video covers just one potential workflow. Specifically, it's for organizations who have set up their volunteers to monitor using the portal view, as described in the link in the description below. Make sure that you've reviewed the proper workflow with Land Trust staff and everyone is on the same page before you begin. So in this video, we'll be covering downloading and logging into the app, downloading our monitoring sites for offline use so we don't have to worry about cell reception where we're going, and also reviewing past site visit information. Then we'll be performing a monitoring visit with the app. And finally, I'll show you how to generate a monitoring report from the Landscape desktop app. So make sure that you've been set up with a unique username and password and have successfully logged into Landscape on the desktop. Contact your organization's Landscape administrator to acquire your own login. The mobile app works on iOS and Android devices, and I'll be doing this demonstration on an Android device. Search for and install Landscape Mobile 3 in the App or Play Store, and the icon looks like this. You want to be connected to Wi-Fi when you open the app for the first time, as it needs to download a bunch of information from the Landscape website to get started. Log in with your username and password, and if you can't remember your password, follow the Forgot My Password prompt on the login screen. So this is what you should see after you log in. There's a map, and there's a little blue arrow showing where you are. And by default, the map is going to display stewardship site boundaries, which is correct for most uses. You can search for sites to which you are assigned and sort of zoom around on the map by clicking on this search bar up here, clicking on Show Team Sites. That'll display a list of all of the sites to which you belong as a team member or team lead. You can click on them to zoom into them. You can also just pan around the map to various properties and select them as you need to. After you select a property, you want to click on Prepare Offline to prepare that site for offline use. This will download everything you need to go out and do the monitoring visit without worrying about cell service. So it'll download the map data, past site visit information, and any documents that have been toggled for availability with the mobile app. You can download as many sites as you need to beforehand. Remember that you need to do this step while you're connected to Wi-Fi. So after you download your site visits for offline use, you're ready to begin sort of reviewing past site visit information and information about the site itself. And so when you click on a site, you'll see these little pill-shaped icons at the bottom of the screen. These represent past site visit geography, and you can click on them to turn them on or off. So I just turned on 3 site visits at once. And you can click on the photo points that are on the map to review them. You can click on the photo to see what photo was taken. Another feature that's available for reviewing information is the Layers button. So you can click on the Layers button and activate other layers that are captured in Landscape, including, for example, if there are issues that have been mapped on the site, you'll be able to turn those on and off. You can change the base map by selecting aerial imagery up there, changing it to topographic if you'd rather have that. Personally, I prefer the aerial imagery. So finally, if you want to review some of the site details, you can again click on the boundary to get this window down below. You can click on Site Details. So these are going to show you, this is going to show you some of the details up top, some of the contact information for the site that you can review if you need to. As well as any documents, again, that have been toggled for availability with the mobile app. So that's all you need to know for reviewing all of the information before the visit. And now you're ready to start your visit. So when you're out at the site and you are ready to start monitoring, again, select the site, click on Site Visits this time. And now you can select an existing monitoring visit. Maybe you pre-create your monitoring visits in the office first. But you can also start a brand new visit. So down here, you can click this area and then select the type of visit. Most of the time, it's going to be annual monitoring. And click OK. So now we're in a brand new site visit record. Up top, we have the site visit details. Right here, we have personnel. This is going to be filled in automatically. And then down below, we have the form. So we can fill out this form if we need to. We could partially fill it out now and then finish filling it out later. You can see past responses by clicking on this watch icon, clock icon. All right. So when you're ready to start walking around and taking photos and taking a track, click on Start Visit up here in the upper right corner. That'll update the start time. You can click on Yes. So it updates our start time right there. And now it's taking a track. You can see this green checkbox saying Track Route of Travel. So now all I want to do is go back to the map, start walking around and taking photos. So click on the back arrow right here to go back to the map. And at any time, if we need to return to those site visit details, we can click on this icon right here. But for now, I can start walking around. You can't really see that it's taking a track, but it is. You can't see it because I am sitting at a desk right now. But it is taking a track, and whenever you're ready to take a photo, drop a photo point, you can click on this camera icon. And what that's going to do, that's going to open up the camera app, and you can then take a photo. The GPS accuracy is displayed down here. This is going to be the accuracy that's inherited from your device, and right now it's pretty low because I'm indoors because it's pretty cold outside. The photo point and photo number are handled automatically, although you can always edit those later. When you want to take the photo, click on this button in the middle. And you can then add a caption by clicking Describe. And then if you want to keep that photo, click Keep. If you want to try again, you can click on Discard, but we'll click Keep. It goes back to the camera, and from then we could take another photo if we wanted, but really what I want to do is keep walking around. And so click on Close to go back to the map. It's important that you close the camera and go back to the map because Landscape will then know that the next time you click on the camera icon, it will create a new point. One common error is if you don't go back to the map and you keep walking after you take that initial photograph and then you just take another photo, it will lump that second photo in with this first photo point right here. You can always override that if you need to by clicking on New Point, but it's really best practice to always try and come back to the map after you take that photo. And that's really it. That is most of doing a monitoring visit, believe it or not. You're taking a track, you're walking around, you're taking photos, and if you need to, you're coming back here to site visit details, maybe filling out some notes as necessary. So when you're all done with your visit, you can come back to site visit details, again by clicking on that yellow logo, and click on stop visit to stop taking a track. It will also update the end time automatically and calculate how long you were on the site. So I'm not going to worry about filling all of this out right now. I prefer to do that from the desktop, and that's what I'll show you how to do next. So one thing to remember is when you get back to Wi-Fi range, you want to open up the app and click on this Synchronize button right here. So the app will not synchronize automatically. You need to open it up again while you're connected to Wi-Fi and click on that button in order for that data that you just collected to be updated to the correct place. All right, so now we're going to go over the workflow for generating a report. And for that, we're going to switch to the Landscape desktop app. Just one more note about downloading sites for offline use. When you've synchronized the app and you've confirmed that everything has been uploaded to Landscape, you can remove the downloaded data from your device by clicking on this cloud button and then clicking on the trash cans next to each site. This button is also how you can check the status of your downloads as well. So we just removed that extra downloaded data from our device, so it just freed up a little more room so we can download more sites later. Okay, so now that we're back at home or back at the office and we've synchronized the app by opening it up and clicking on that sync button, we are ready to generate the report. So log into the Landscape website by going to landscape.landconservationsoftware.com. And since I'm in portal view here, all I can see is a list of recently completed site visits down here and a list of incomplete site visits up top. If your site visit isn't appearing, it's probably because you haven't synchronized the app yet. So just refresh the page after you sync the app to update this view. If you have a standard experience set up instead of the portal experience, then you'll need to navigate to the stewardship site first. You can do that using a search bar in the upper right corner, and then you can go to the Work tab of that stewardship site. So select a site visit record to go to it. So from here, we can edit any of the site visit information that we collected in the field. On the left panel are the report button, which we'll use to generate the report, the library button, which can be used to review available documents, and the inbox, where you can see reports that have been sent to you. To edit the form data, which is down here, you can just change the form response. So if you remember earlier in the video when I was talking about partially filling out the form responses, this is where you can finish filling it out and type in any answers that maybe need to have a little bit more of a description to them. So if you want to look at the photos that you took and maybe update those captions, you can click on the photo point over here on the map, and then click on the photo thumbnail right here. This is the description that you'll want to edit if you want to edit that caption. All right. So you can't see it, but if I had walked around the property, then my track would be displayed there as well. So finally, I'm just going to update the method here. I'm going to enter a summary. And I'll also change the status here to completed. So to generate the final report, that is the final PDF report that's going to last forever as the record of your visit to the property, you're going to click on this report button and choose the correct report template. the land trust staff should tell you which report template you want to generate. They're going to vary from organization to organization. So right now, I'll just choose annual monitoring visit report. And so what it just did, it merged data from different places in landscape into this customizable template. And so up top, we have our site visit details. Here's our summary, and here are our form responses right here. Here's the photo that was taken, complete with the caption right there. And here's your site visit map. Again, if I had taken a track and taken a bunch of photos, then everything would be showing up here. There's a signature block right here, so I can click on it to sign it. And then finally, I can save as PDF right here. So what that's going to do, that's going to save a final static version of this document. And go ahead and select Add PDF File to Documents list to store that final PDF within this site visit record. And click OK. So what it's doing now, it's churning through and it's generating that final static sort of uneditable PDF. And this is what that looks like. So just to reiterate, if you see anything here that needs editing, maybe a question response that you don't like, or you're looking at your photo sheet and you think, you know, I should change that caption, then what you'll need to do is, since you can't edit things within this report, you're going to need to go back to the site visit record and change the response there or the photo caption there, and then regenerate the report. So the final thing that a lot of organizations are doing now is they are sending these reports for review before they finalize them. So check with land trust staff again to see if this is a part of their workflow. But if you need to send this report to another staff member for review, you can click on this Send for Review button right here. Choose the staff member you want to send it to, and click OK. They'll then receive an email saying, hey, you have a report to review, and they'll be able to take a look at your work and finalize it and save it, or send it back to you if they need to. So that's the whole monitoring workflow from start to finish. Again, just to reiterate, you should check with land trust staff and make sure everyone is on the same page before you go out and monitor. But we've really tried to make it as easy as possible for you to go out and navigate the area safely, take those photos, take that track, fill out that form, and then generate that final report. So thanks a lot for watching, and good luck.